part of this.
So
So we welcome you from Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts and the ITAC Hub. We're really grateful that you're here and excited to have you. Before we begin the meeting, we would like to
arrive to this space
arrive to
together.
this space.
We know we're all coming from different spaces, from different energies, and now transitioning here. So I'm going to invite us all to take 3 collective breaths together, however you may like that, in your own rhythm. I know I like my feet on the floor, to feel the ground beneath my feet, to feel the chair supporting me, knowing I'm always supported and grounded. If you want to sit up or stand up, that is an invitation. This is for you. So 3 deep breaths, or shallow, depending on where you are, but just honoring the space. Thank you for arriving here and sharing breath together. This next invitation is you arrive here with the past to this present, and that past informs both our present and our future. And so if you want to close your eyes, keep your eyes open, I ask you to think of an ancestor, of someone you bring with you to this work, that is always with you, or to this place. They can be still with us. They can be someone you don't even know their name yet, or haven't learned about who they are within your lineage. We're going to bring them to this space by either speaking aloud and or to yourself, whichever you are called. I'll give us a count down from 3. And again, if you want to say their name out loud or just to yourself. Again, this is just to bring them into the space with us. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 5. We welcome them.
Now we want to acknowledge the land, invite you to acknowledge the land that we're currently on, and wherever you are coming to us from Zoom, and thinking about the ancestors that come from the land and were provided this land for us, and also for many generations that later came. And then thinking about those people that might have been displaced from the land. So just bringing that into our thoughts. And then again, evoking someone, a name or an image of a person that you may or may not know from this land specific. And I'll count down 3, 2, 1.
And continuing with land, water is also a part of us and nourishes us. And we know that we come from different waters. And yet, I know in my culture, we know that the ocean doesn't disconnect us, it actually connects us to each other. And so I think I invite you to think of a water source that has brought you life in your days, and think of it. And if there's a sound that comes to mind, whether it's the rain, or if you know a river that has fed you, the ocean, I invite you, with movement or a sound, or however you may want to express this, bring your water source into this room as well. Help nourish and understand each other. 3, 2, 1. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those who came. Thank you for the lands we come from and the waters that connect us.
Well, before we begin, I just wanted to welcome you for ITAC HUB gathering here in New York. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to those who are here in person, to those who are joining us through Zoom. Many of you traveled a long way to be here, and I know the ones that are joining us from Zoom are in a different time zone. So I just wanted to say how grateful I am, and we are having you here with us today, and to share this special moment with all of you. Yeah, thank you all. Special thanks to Jean, to the US Hub. Thank you so much for hosting us in this beautiful space, for the invitation to participate and to be part of what is already a really fantastic 3.5 summer forum event. So congratulations, Jean.
Thank you. The US Hub, as you know or are beginning to realize, is our main partner is AHA's. And we're really excited about the potential of our two groups working together as the US Hub. So not the Maui Arts and Cultural Center, although many connected with that, but we already have a beautiful, already moving in a new direction with AHA's and Lincoln Center as the US Hub.
Yes, and thank you, Moira, Hoku, and Erin, for all the support you have been offering us in these past few weeks. I really appreciate it, and well, they will be helping us in the facilitating session today. So yeah, I'm gonna say that. Pass it over to Erin.
All right. Hello, everybody. It's so nice that I've already spent time with you of my cohort. So it's really fun to get together again and do more art. I feel like every activity, everything we start with creativity. So I'm happy to help everybody do that today before we get into this wonderful convening that we have. So you'll notice there are beautiful, colorful things on the table. This is something that we're calling the 3 gifts. So it is a way for us to kind of think about what we're bringing to the room, what we have to offer, and help us plan for the future. So there is on the table instructions if I'm not clear or if it's easier for you to read. Also, if you are online, Moira has shared in the chat the slide deck that you can follow along with. If you are on Zoom and unable to access the slide deck, you can get yourself a piece of paper and follow along wherever you are. So everybody has a white pot. Eric, do you want, there's extra.
I'll figure it out.
Okay, let me do it this. You're gonna need
Oh, there's one right here, Eric.
Okay.
Here.
There's also a spot here.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, we're gonna start with our white pot. All right, the first gift that we're going to bring into the room is who we've been. So on a side of the pot or the whole pot or whatever you want to do, we're going to think about these questions and you're going to explore creatively through words, phrases, symbols, colors. You can cut paper and create textures, whatever you're called to do. So we want to talk about first, what is their hub's purpose and who do you serve? What cultural, ancestral, or artistic roots shape your work? What challenge or community need grounds your mission? And what core gift or value brought you to this gathering? So just thinking about any of those questions, I want you to decorate your pot with whatever you're called to do.
Do you want an orange? It doesn't have to be anyone.
So we don't have to, there's no right answer. You don't have to answer every single prompt. You can kind of decide how you want to express yourself, where you've been, what you bring with you, who came before you that you feel feeds into your work.
Double-sided tabbing tape.
There's so much double-sided tape this week.
Mhm.
Okay, cool stuff.
Yes.
Right.
Ah.
We're gonna decorate for another 2 minutes. There will be continuous time to decorate, so. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys to find a place to this. I already see so much creativity and experimentation with the supplies. So I see that we'll want to continue and that's fine. But if there, no, that's fine. We're gonna continue this process. If, I would love it if somebody feels like sharing, maybe talking about what they might have put on their pot or what they're thinking about when they think about these. Would anybody like to share?
Oh, yeah. I will.
Awesome.
The purpose of mine, since Elise and I are working in the National Cultural Center for the Arts, we would like to build activities of teaching artistry in our venue, and then we can spread that to those outside one. But I have to carry out bear this in my mind that I hope the artistry can be implemented into the culture of we have just have to bear in mind that we have a diversity of culture. We have indigenous culture in Taiwan, and so how can we integrate the teaching artistry in not only ways the teaching artists that we work, they're generally also indigenous culture.
Thank you for being the brave one to go first. Does anybody else
Who's my
feel,
second
does anyone else feel called to just share this portion?
You're online.
Thank you.
For me, focus is probation, not adolescents. Probation with love and habits. Adolescents. My cultural ancestral, the Incas culture. I don't know if you know Machu Picchu. The Andean zone is a similar that is culture that we see 2 years ago. You remember this culture? Yeah, it's a similar Machu Picchu. My emotion, I connect this week with my country. It's very, very important. And for my community, we are a social responsibility entity. For us, it's very important the sustainability, the environmental, social, economic aspect. And finally, it's important to translate emotions to the young for us. It's very important to communicate.
Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna move on to our second prompt. Now, we're gonna continue to decorate our prompts, but this time we can think about decorating the inside, the bottom, where are spaces that we haven't filled. How do we complete the decoration of this pot? And the second questions are gonna be about what we have presently, what we bring into the room today. So it's like, what energies and insights are you bringing to this room, to this group, to your experience with ITAC? What activities and cultural practices are central to your work that you're feeling like contributing to this space? How do you nurture these relationships and the cultures within your own hub? what approaches guide how you grow, reflect, and make decisions. So what are we bringing to this room and to this group? What is the value that we feel that we're bringing from our hub and from our own practice to ITAC and to this meeting? We can continue to decorate.
I was gonna say, for anybody wearing white or light colors,
Be
just
careful.
be careful. Yeah.
And worm surface.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
I know it.
Let's work on finishing our pots in the next 3 minutes.
Finishing completely or just this step?
The pot decoration will be complete with this prompt, and then we're gonna move on to do one more. I know that we could just draw and color all day long. That's what I would choose to do as well. But we'll wrap it up in. Okay, my friends, we're gonna start coming full pause if we can. For these pots are yours to take home, where you can do anything you want to do. So would anyone like to share their pot and their thoughts about today? And what to our meeting? Yes.
Want me to share what this is?
Sure.
So I come from SEANSE, so there are many art forms. And you can see them kind of playing around here in this side. And I bring to the table myself with many heads and heart and feelings. I'm a complex person, as you all are, I guess. So that's why I made myself 3 heads. And then what more? Yeah, and then from Norway. In the art forms, I also have many art forms because I work with artists, but I also have audiences of different types. So one is more like in a circle, and the other one is more like sitting in an auditorium. So the artists create art productions for different kinds, involving and not involving. And I also not only have a head, I have a heart. I commit all my feelings into this. If that was it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Would anyone else like to share what they have? Okay, we're gonna move on to the third step, which I have modeled for you incredibly. So we're gonna grow from our pots. I'm gonna give you a couple of instructions and then you can do each one at your own pace. So we are going to make a flower for our pot, or whatever for growing out of our pot. If you feel like making a piano growing out of your pot, whatever it is, okay? There are flowers cutouts that are already on the table if that's easier for you. Also, you can take the paper and create whatever shape you want to take. There are these green sticks at each station and green tape. I like to tape mine and so it stands up, it doesn't flop around. What we're going to write on our flower is what we hope for the future. Now, this can be one word, it can be a phrase, it can be a symbol. This is what we dream or value that we're planting seeds for. What kind of collaborations or impacts are we hoping to grow? What possibilities or questions are we carrying forward? You're going to create your flower, write your word or symbol or phrase on it, and plant it in your pot. Let's do about 4 more minutes to complete the project. If possible for everybody, I'll give you a 2-minute warning. Do you feel you need more?
Because I'm actually growing roots.
That's just a comment. All right, this is your 2-minute warning.
Thank you too.
Thank you too.
Motion. I already took all that. Oh, you used all of
Can
we take a picture of you? Yes, of course. Fair warning, my hands are, okay. Yes.
And then that's. Okay.
Please. Right, my friends. See if we can find a stopping point. And when you are done and you're ready to stop, take visual clutter, if you wouldn't mind kind of tidying up the papers, be putting everything centered in, just so that we can continue to work nice too. Looks like some of us are complete, some of us are finishing up. I wonder, I'm not sure if it's possible, Moira, if anyone on our Zoom has anything to share. I know somebody is doing some decorating on this thing right now. Okay.
Sure, anyone online are you guys cool? Just observing, but you're also welcome to jump in. I did a little bit of this annotating. Oh yes, Saphena. You volunteering, you're just jumping back in there simply. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, we did a lot of different energy and I did this, but I know we have our other halves of the US team there. And so maybe I'll just share. We have the word wonder here. And it always inspired. And yeah, no
Thank
pressure
you.
for other people
Yeah.
on Zoom. We'll be here in the chat. I'm here for you.
Okay, thank you so much. So I think because we are having discussions about future, we just had a wonderful experience about thinking about the next 50 years. I would love it if everyone who's comfortable would share out what is on their flower. What is our vision for the future? What are we hoping to accomplish with this work? Want to start, Mom?
Sure. Mine says impactful connection.
Okay.
Mine says play-based collaboration, be silly to be serious.
Mine is in Portuguese. It means dream, transforming, exchange, learnings, possible futures, impact through the earth. And this is my background. So this is like growing together. And yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Oh. Wonder and possibilities.
I have a deep connection, collaboration, tangible impact.
My hope is possibilities and goals.
I tend to kind of get those silly things. So it's not many words in me. It's just like I enjoy, and then I'm not sure what to say.
I love the colorful expression. I feel like that does say a lot. Yes.
Yeah, and I haven't written anything yet. Something about the sun, I think.
Norway, so colorful over here.
And I love that openness. I haven't written anything yet.
Share.
Generosity.
Yeah.
My one is energy and home.
It's yours.
Mine is an onion, so it has many layers, and it announces 50 hubs.
Yes.
Mine says collaborations, possibilities, and connections.
My rainbow flower says magic and pilina, and pilina in Hawaiian means connection, relationships.
And mine is education plus arts are the best prevention. And we cups number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you so much for creating this garden with me today, you guys. I'm loving all of the color that's going to be on the table. That's exciting. So you may, if the supplies are distracting to you, put them to the side, put them to the public, it makes sense for you probably. Also, I just want to say thank you on behalf of AHAS. So like lucky to be in the room with everybody and to learn from everybody and all of these partners. Before you leave, because I'm not sure if we'll have another chance to kind of say this, so there's little gifts over here for everybody. So take your parting gift before you go. And thank you. Now I'll just hand it off to the team.
Yes. Thank you. Well, thank you again to AHAS for facilitating this really beautiful experience for us, and thank you all for sharing your and emotions in this class. Now the next item in the agenda is to formal introductions. Some of you prepared some presentations, and you'd like to start, Nuri?
Yeah, from here. Shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, I can. Here. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Nuri from South Korea, ITAC Korea CACES. And I'm so really happy and the honor to be part of this forum and this ITAC meeting today. And for this meeting, I prepared this short presentation about what CACES or our team has been running or organizing this year. And yeah, this. If I move to next page, yeah. Oh, something's wrong, but so from the January to September, November, it's kind of the major projects we did or we will do. So yeah, from our team establishment this year, and also there was a meeting with Eric Booth and William Ip in Seoul in February. In April, we did some ITAC thing. In August, there'll be a youth exchange camp in Seoul, and also we will think about. We are thinking about the more running ITAC session later this year. So move to next page, please. Yeah, this year our organization marks 20th anniversary. Compared to Lincoln Center, it could be a baby, but yeah, 20 years. Yeah, next page, please. Yeah, if I start with February, Eric Booth and other professionals like Stephen Liu and William visited Seoul and gave this amazing workshop in Seoul, and we had a meeting together. Yeah, you can see the first picture. My colleague Haejin and also my head Erin, we were together and had a meeting, and we mainly discussed the possibility of more promoting exchanges in Asia countries at the time. And after the meeting, they gave this presentation and workshop, participatory workshop. You can see from the second picture, there were about 110 participants, teaching artists, researchers, or administrators. And the workshop title was The Arts of Dream, the Evolution of Teaching Artists. So Eric Booth explored about like how teaching artists can drive social change. And also we mentioned about like transformative power of Arts of Dream project by CACES. That's the.
I have to add, we were celebrating 2 birthdays.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was the 15th anniversary of the Dream Project, which has youth orchestras all over the country, and it was the 20th anniversary of the cultural policy, which was the government's investment in teaching artists and building a whole nation of youth arts projects, music, dance, theater.
Exactly. Thank you. Please. Yeah, there was think tank by introducing two Korean teaching artists. They called Kang Jin-ju and Juan, and they shared their practices and experience in Mexico and Argentina in 2024. And the title for the think tank was Connected by Arts and Culture Education, Loose Solidarity and Shared Resonance. So they shared their experiences from the project in Mexico and Argentina, that they experiences that arts and cultural education can create like a social connectedness and solidarity across the generation, culture, in new countries. Yes, also they are continuing their project in new country this year. Could you move to the next one, please? Yeah, in Abu Dhabi and Nigeria. You can see the pictures what they did in. And next please. Yes. Yeah, this is happening soon in August. There will be like 600 teenagers will gather in Seoul, and part of them from Dream Projects, which consists of orchestra, dance, theater, and visual arts. And we will invite like teenagers from Japan and Malaysia, about 60 teenagers together, and to connect each other, to learn how to communicate and interact through creative and artistic engagement. Yes, we are kind of getting excited about this project. Next, please. Yeah, our project. Actually, I forgot to mention that earlier this year, because we are a public institution, there is always like organizational restructure. So teams always like changing, and which was leading to our team, like Global Arts Education Institute, more focused on international exchanges and research functions. So we are kind of middle of identifying our own goals that we can contribute to the cultural education field. So other projects I can share is ODA. It's kind of like supporting program to our partner countries to help them improve their arts and culture education program capabilities by implementing our models, which is tailored to each country. And there will be Korea, China, Japan forum will be held in China in August. This is kind of follow-up activity to Korea, China, Japan culture ministers meeting in 2013. So after that, each country takes turn to organize these events where they talk about policies and various case studies related to arts and culture education. And I think Erin will attend this events. And next, please. The other resources functions, we have a library, online, offline. And in order to promote library, we designed Book Talk series, which is to invite others, which is related to more literature. So invite others, they talk about their books. And this is scheduled during the lunchtime to make it accessible to anyone, workers or citizens who are interested in this kind of things. And also there's Arte Map, which is to provide resources through online. It's for like organization, artists, or infrastructures. That's what we provide. I think that's all. Could you move to next one? Yeah, that is all. Thank you.
Good. You stay only Korea or other country? Around Europe.
Or only in Korea. So,
Thank you.
Question.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I'm not sure everybody knows, can you share the size of your teaching artists field?
Oh, yeah.
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 Do you have the numbers?
Yeah, in my head, more than 5,000. Yes, yeah, and every year about annually 3,000 professionals receive the nationally qualification certificate through our system. And 35 million people have participated in our program so far. Yeah.
So national certification, that many new ones every year, and that total certified.
And this is within the 20 years of your existence?
Yes.
But it's, I mean, I find it interesting, I believe, of how first 5,000 came to be was that they were also brought in, the artists were brought in as substitute teachers within the day. Yeah, so I think this was when I first met many people from CACES at, in Edinburgh, I think, one of our other conferences. And it was so amazing that they were like, "Oh, we have 5,000 teaching artists." I was right there, I was like, oh, and we're figuring out what their training is, and I was like, okay, that's big. But it was because my understanding is the government did not want artists to be out of work, so when there was a teacher was not making it into the school, teaching artists came in, right? So it grew in interest quite quickly, really, right?
Yeah.
And then I've never known an organization that had that many people that were already kind of in it and needed training, right? You know, you usually train in small, but they had this, and I just think you've done a beautiful job.
Yeah, because it was possible due to the Arts and Culture Education Support Act.
Yeah.
Because there's policy to do that
Yeah.
from the government. That's why it's possible.
Mhm.
Thanks. Yeah.
But I'll talk with you again. I know when we were in Taiwan, when I was in Taiwan, that presentation was about some of the certification of it, but it went by a little quickly. So maybe I'll talk with you more about that. I'd love to know more about the certification. Thank you.
I'm wondering about this.
Yeah.
Difficult that instead of the specific process.
Yeah, there are certain structure and process that they need to pass, like a certain classes and some exam. But I wouldn't say, also I get that too, because I was in, I played a traditional theater for 10 years, because I was in more music school. So I had to get it, and I experienced the process, but it wasn't that hard. But now things are getting competitive. You know, there are so many people who want to do this. It's getting more tight. But yeah, anyone who are interested in and qualified, yeah, they can get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Moira, can we go to the next slide?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the center night for this opportunity to stay here. This is the prevention for cultural education from Peru and some countries of Latin America. Next, please. The prevention begins with the understand the problem, and the problem is a lot of problems in my country and in South America. For example, 58% reports domestic violence, 10% of adolescents aged 15 and 19 years have been pregnant. More than 50% over the age of 15 years consume alcohol, and others numbers. So next, please. And this is why how can we integrate the prevention in the education? Next, please. For us, the art plus education is the key to reducing the risk among the adults. This is how can I write the education plus art. Class is very important. Next, please. And this is the Teenage Protection Network. Since 2022, so NGOs in Latin America implement a successful project to work with young people living in poverty in schools through art, especially theater, and positive education. Next, please. This is the 11 countries and 11 entities, NGOs in Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, Panamá, Venezuela, Paraguay, Perú, República Dominicana, Brazil, Argentina, Chile. We hope in the next years others more. Next, please. The focus is empowering your people. Our main is integrate the prevention in educational systems for adolescents in Latin American people and in other parts of the world. For us, education is the best prevention. Next, please. The strategy in this year is improving and growing. For example, we advocacy integrate the prevention into official education curricula. For example, this is exactly words on this week. We are talking about this.
Yes.
The second one is specialized in knowledge. They provide evidence for practitioners and the decision makers. The third is the impact expansion, the increased research, more and more. And finally, the strategic communication. We want to amplify our voices and build alliances. For example, ITAC. Next. Some our achievements in 6 months, 11 members, 5 specialty articles, open dissemination events, 6 country development research study with teachers. Next, please. More than 100 involved authorities in 13 working groups for connecting with international agencies. Some of calls only, and I made very fast. It was some more. Next, please. And we work in rural and urban areas. It is very important because we work with stakeholders to promote public policies for the prevention, adolescent prevention in alcohol, drugs, violence, health, mental, and others. Next, please. Lead an investigation on teachers' perception and underage drinking, for example. Within 6 countries, 97%. Very important to include prevention topics in school curriculum. 39% of the list of one students have completed in them about alcohol drinks. Next, please. 76% gambling and online games are becoming a problem for students. This is a big problem. More and more students in the school play. And 55% positive change in student after implement art and certification. This is too important. Next, please. We move from the diagnosis to action to empowerment policy. Next, please. And right now, we focus in education. This is the best prevention. And why? Next, please. Because I want to present 3 easily and faster 3 programs. This is one of the program. The name is SMASH. It's a Hollywood learning initiative from United Kingdom. This is a preventive for art and positive education with adolescents. I don't know if you want to take the video, please. Thank you.
Can you hear it okay or no?
No.
Let's see if I can better. Is this okay? Is there a bad sound?
Got
Can
it.
you- That's a little better, is it? Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Las metodologías que tiene Smash son dos formas de actuación. La primera, que es Smash Live, es una presentación de una función de teatro. Presentan la historia de tres adolescentes. Esta historia, pues ellos se relacionan con el tema del consumo de alcohol. Último examen para el examen, para la universidad. Muy bien. Y me motivó participar en este programa porque no era solamente teatro por teatro, sino es un teatro con un mensaje. Cada colegio está organizado de una forma diferente y que nos piden que regresemos otra vez a traer otros temas. Y la segunda modalidad se llama Smash Online. Consiste en poder presentar una historia a través de una película dentro de la plataforma que tiene Smash. Esta película ha sido filmada en el Perú y lo que se muestra allí es la relación de estos tres adolescentes respecto al consumo de alcohol. Hemos estado en muchos distritos ya y nos te falta visitar muchos más. Cada vez que estamos finalizando nos sentimos contentos, alegres de poder compartir y de poder llevar este mensaje.
Next, please. This is a history of three adolescents by theater. And working. Next, please. Transforming lives throughout this training program for secondary students and to support their personal and social development by strengthening empowerment, optimism, values, and knowledge. Next, please. And some of the results: 3.5 million students in Latin America, more than 500 cities, 3 theater groups on tours, and 15 countries in Latin America. Next, please. And the second one is the citizenship program. This is training for teachers. This is a second very important. The first one is training to students. The second one, training for teachers. It's a program designed to secondary school students. And next, please. The third is work with families, work with parents. Because educational tools designed for parents, guardians, and tutors, adolescents. Together with families and caregivers for mindful prevention. Next, please. Finally, art education and action for us is very, very, very important. The education is the best prevention, and we invite you to our projects, all of you work together in contact us to make the next piece. And yes, that's what this is now. For more, what can we expect later? The next step, the next steps. Thank you very much for. Yes, I have.
Oh, yes. Yes, so beautiful.
They're not the meeting.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, does anyone has a question? For?
No, I'm just so impressed with the numbers.
Yeah.
The scale of this, the number of people that you're reaching is phenomenal.
Yes. Yes.
How do you measure that the 55% of the students change positive after the participants?
After the project.
Yeah, so what's the kind of measurement? How do you measure?
Like in study, we have a questions before and after to the same students. We know how is it changed after and after.
So with the survey, so questions they answer,
question,
and they answer.
And the questions are on behavior, like, did you have drink in the last week? Questions like this.
Know exactly if they drink. The question no is, are you drink? No, it's different questions. Yes. And not exactly with drinks, maybe with other things, maybe with drugs, or maybe violence, maybe other problems.
And so what kind of question do you ask on the survey?
For example, if he or she lives in their home alone or no, and he study or live with their family or no, will he have any problem before?
I see.
And we have a support technological software around the 50 countries. Each country are similar problems, but some of them are very different if they live in urban areas and rural areas. But it isn't a problem, social problem. If the young people live in poverty, it's the same problem if the young people live in private school. Different social, but the same problem. Yes.
Can I ask how you're constituted and how you're funded?
Yes, we are like a CAPLAB. We are NGO in Peru. We manage this project in 15 countries. And each country that you see, in each country, have a partner, like another NGO, like who works in each. But we have a teenage network with these 15 entities.
So you connect through the network and through the NGOs, and they're funded from each country.
Yes.
Each country funds the NGO partner.
From our conversation at lunch the other day.
Yeah.
It is interesting, I think, that one of the funders, though, is somebody who sells alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's this big multinational company called Diageo.
Diageo.
Oh, yeah, we know them.
Yeah, so they actually.
Yeah.
And Ines's organization is part of this network.
Yes.
From Argentina.
This is one of our investments. Other one and others, enterprise, private entities. Yes.
You were researchers, right? Researchers. Measurements.
Yes.
I think one of the really powerful things about this network is that not all of them are from the arts world. They are from the social development world, from different angles. And we thought, oh, this would be really an interesting contribution to the hubs ecosystem.
This year we are 15 entities.
Yeah.
And this year, 1 to 30. It's our home.
Yeah.
The doors and the windows are open to other.
I thought as the afternoon was moving on, maybe some of us might need a snack that was sweet.
Oh, could you? Thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
Yes.
Thank you.
How many years?
You know.
This project, 3 years. My organization, 20 years. Yeah. And the
And you
network,
studied with an NGO.
1 year.
Yeah.
Network, 1 year only.
Did you take it?
We are a little.
The network is who are going to be the hub.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's like a model of cross-sector people coming together to do that.
Yes. You want. We hope.
We're super excited for you.
Also, I just thought we do. Will the deck be available to those others at the hub?
Just like,
Yes.
Yes, of course. Yes, it's for all of us.
Thank you.
You have it? Okay, thank you.
Sí, vamos a checar ya.
I just wonder
See,
about like
yes, yes.
what kind of arts program or genres are designed for that positive changes.
What kinds?
Yeah, kinds of arts.
Only one.
Ah,
Only one by theater only.
a theater.
Yes,
Ah,
only
okay.
theater.
I see.
Two versions. Online, like a microfilm.
Yeah.
Another one is on live theater online. 40 minutes only the presentation, like theater.
So mainly like artists,
Yes.
they involved in this.
A lot of talents in groups, a lot of groups of them. In my country, 6 or 7. Brazil, I don't know, 20. In Argentina, 5. In each country have different groups of them.
And did you mention, Inez, our wonderful partner on our leadership committee is all.
Yes. Exactly. This is from Brazil. Or Argentina, que vale la pena. And from Brazil is Instituto Alianza from Brazil.
Second one, the people like color.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last one is Impulso Social from Mexico. The last one. The next month in September, we are going to organize a meeting in Buenos Aires, Argentina. We invite to all of you to this meeting. September, the second week, September, we are going to a meeting with all these entities, 15 countries in Argentina and Buenos Aires.
Wow.
Yes. I will send you a mail to meet you.
I'll see you in September.
Yeah.
Is that a regular meeting, like annually, every year? It's just the one in September? Does that happen every?
Why in September? Okay, because yes, 1 month of the year we jump.
Every year.
Every year. The last year was in Lima, Peru. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll meet in the network in September.
Yes.
In Buenos Aires.
Pablo
Finally, something is
lives in
coming
Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
So, this first representant of this table is Pablo.
No.
The first one. Thank you very much.
Now,
So this is our venue. The official name is National Kaohsiung Center for the Arts, but we also keep we also know as Weiwuying. The name is very strange, but we like to keep this name is because it's used to be the entire space, not just the building, including the park surrounding us. It's a huge park. It's belonged to a military camp. I mean, like 30, 40 years ago. And then when it's, the military camp was no longer in use, and the government and the Ministry of Defense, they are thinking about, they want to use this land for a lot of other purpose, like for the department store, for university, and for, some other purpose. But then there was a doctor. He thinks that because Kaohsiung at that time was a city where there are a lot of industry. So a lot of pollution. So the doctor, we all thanks to him very much because he urged this place should turn into a park. And so he worked with some of his friends using a non-violent way, not demonstrate on the street, but ask people to go with him to climb the mountain. So so they call it a green movement. And that took him and his friend 10 years. It's called the Green Revolution. So that's how the government finally agreed, and also the military department, that okay, you can have this land turned into a park. And that is how that the government, they since it turned into a park, so they think that the culture has been very imbalanced, that most of the cultural activity events are all in the north of the island. So they think that it's so unbalanced. So since there will be a park, so they decided to use the corner of the park to have a national cultural center in the future. So that was like in the beginning of 2000, right? So it took a long time, I mean, for us to become like that, but it was like the first national cultural center was in Taipei about 35 years ago. And then the second one is actually nearly 30 years after in central Taiwan, the second national venue for national Taichung theater. And then we are the third one, opened in 2018. So it's a long journey, finally, that the National Art Center they're evenly situated in the north, in the central, and in the south. So that's how we look like. So maybe we can see like 30 minutes video. If you could play the video, please. So this is the promotional video of the venue when we opened. To show you a little bit how our public space, right? We call it Weiwuying Plaza because we are under one big roof with 4 venues inside, and this is our comfortable. And that's the roof. Yeah. So it looks like a spaceship. Yeah. It's designed by an architect from Poland, and her inspiration was actually from the banyan tree in the park. Because if you know about banyan tree, if there are several of them and the branches grew together, and that's how she noticed when she visited Taiwan that a lot of people, I mean, are doing exercise underneath the branches. So that's the main inspiration. So that's why she designed our building with the huge roof, and then all the 4 venues underneath. And that form a very open public area, but it's 100% covered. That's why we can do a lot of activity in the public area, and also a public piano. And that's really a very good space, I mean, for people to play piano with their friend or even accompany with the singing. Yeah. Right.
I can just add,
Right.
walking there at 8 o'clock, the open public spaces are huge.
Yeah.
Walking there at 8 o'clock in the morning, there's a tango lessons, a whole group doing tango dancing. Another section, there's hip hop practice going on. The public space, the flow into the park and then into the buildings, I've never seen anything.
And the venues themselves are interconnected underneath, right? So,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was able to go to the forum.
Yeah.
February.
Yes, and Erin too. Yeah. So the public space is really for everyone. So it's really cares the mission of our venue is that it's the cultural center for the people, right? So we are so lucky to have a very good public space, really for everyone to come. And also we also design some activity-free program, whether it's a dancing program or simply watching movie, and you will see later in our PPT. So could I have next page, please?
I have to add one more thing. That big outside screen one night, thousands of people there to watch Taiwan national baseball team on television. Packed all the way into the park at the Performing Arts Center.
Yes. We work with the Kaohsiung city government, because at that time, I mean, when Erin and Jean was there, and there's an international baseball game. So we offer the space, and then I mean, they set up the big screen inside the I think that time was outside.
It was
right.
outside.
It was outside, the outdoor theater. That okay. So I think I can continue. This is the Weiwuying Plaza. That this is the that we're using the natural slope as like a place like a cinema, so people could sit on the floor, and then we set up a big screen. And I think this is during our summer program. It's a children's festival. And then happening at the same time is the like the market. A lot of people. Yes. Can we have next page, please? And this is also the other side of the Weiwuying Plaza, where we could have like a lot of activity. And this is a dance program that we with our choreographer in residence, and then he helped us to train like 15 dancer from local and 15 from high school. So they work together, and then using the Ravel's Bolero, and then to this dance piece is about like 30 minutes. So they tour to like 38 districts of Kaohsiung, and using 3 years to go to those 38 districts. And then in the end, they come back to our Weiwuying Plaza as a big finale, right, for the audience to come together, right? Can I have next page, please? So this is our opera house of more than 2,000 seats. Yeah. And next page, please. And the concert hall, and is the first and only one. I mean, the concert hall with we call it vineyard style. It's the 360 degree, so everyone is so close to the stage. And the pipe organ that you can see, that is a twin organ. One is the orchestra organ and symphony organ, and the other one is echo. And a total we have 9,085 pipes. So it's by far the largest pipe organ in Asia.
Wow. And they are version of the pipe organ.
Yes.
Right, or is it augmented?
No, it's the VR. It's not augmented. Yeah, the reason that we do have this VR project of like 30 minutes is because that we like to promote our pipe organ, and not everyone could come to our venue and to the concert hall to experience the sound of organ. So we work with a company. So they help us to using the VR technique, 360 degree, to scan the chamber room inside the symphony organ, because it's about like I think 5th floor. So they use the machine that if with the VR, and then you could, I mean, just once you have this the headset, and then you will get into our concert hall, and also inside the chamber room, and to experience the organist play the organ, and also experience the space. And with the VR that we had the project done like earlier last year, and then we bring the VR to the remote the school in remote area that they normally couldn't come to our venue very easily. So this is the something technique that we can use to help us to have more people in a digital way to visit our center.
And I'll just add, they send teaching artists out with these VR kits to engage kids for pride in what their area has.
And next page, please. And this is our playhouse. It's about 1,200 seats. Yeah, it's for like musical or traditional opera.
Simon's about to melt the bed here.
Beautiful.
And next page, please. I think this is our small little recital. We use this not only for music, and we also use this one for the forum that we had. We invited Jean and Erin over to Taiwan. Next page, please. Okay, so this is the public area on the 3rd floor. Okay, can we have next page, please? This is again inside the Kwan Hall that we will have some small activity, and I think this is a storytelling activity inside the venue. We don't have like the education space, but we just make use of our open space to have like small activity with the family. But could I have next page, please? And this is the outdoor theater where Erin just mentioned that we set up a big screen so the people could sitting on the grass to watch the baseball game. Okay, next page, thank you. And this is the public piano, and that's our artist director. He's a conductor and also very good pianist. And that's the idea from him, because he worked in Germany for like more than 20 years. So he wanted to have a piano in the public space so that bring art closer to the people. And this is really open to the public. They could come and play anytime with their friend. Can I have next page, please? Yeah. So that's him. Is a very good conductor. For opera or symphony concerts. Can I have next page, please? Yeah. So our Preventive program actually from January to December we had all different kind of programs. So that is like a mini festival like each month. Can I have next page, please? So this is the 24 hours event. I think Jean and Erin experienced that when they were in Taiwan in February. So it's really a 24 hours event that we have ongoing concert, arranged in our concert hall and also in our recital. So with just the ticket that they could spend 24 hours in our venue, and we open up the public space and we prepare the lying chair so that if they feel tired, they could just rest a little while, right? Yeah. So this is a fun event that we do every year, and then every year there's we focus on one composer. Yeah. So I think the year when Jean and Erin here, I think we Tchaikovsky, and that was the year for Mozart. That was 2 years ago. Next page, please. So this is the organ festival that we had every year. So it's a very important instrument at our center. So every October, we have this like a week's event, and then with the international organist to come and have a few concerts with us. Can I have next page, please? And that's the opera that since our director is very famous opera conductor, so we together produce a big opera every year. So this will be the our recent production in September. Wagner's Lohengrin is a very long opera, it's about 5 hours and a half. So it's a big one. So can I have next page, please? And that's the Children's Festival. It's happening right now. Every summer, like 3 weeks in July. And we'll have a lot of kids event, indoor and outdoor.
Thank you for being here because I know
Yeah.
that wasn't.
That's-
This is going on.
Right, it's going on right now. This is the first week. It just opened like yesterday, right? Yes. Can I have, thank you. Can I have next page, please? And every other year, in November, we have a Taiwan dance platform. And this is the open stage that we set up in our also Banyan Plaza. So the Banyan Plaza really, I think it's a blessing to have such a public space that we can do a lot of things underneath the roof. Yeah. Next page, next page. So there's on the this year, the even year, we'll do the circus platform. So it's every other year we're using the different theme, dance and circus, so that we could invite different kind of artists to our venue. So can I have next page, please? Yeah,
Okay.
so it's the learning and what we do is a new department. So I think Juan can continue with the introduction.
Elise is a deep thinker and I'm a fast speaker. So I'll be quick. So we actually it's a new department, learning and participation, and we were established in 2023. So we are only now 2 years. Yes, 2 years and a half. So and following, I will just introduce what we do in our department. So we have a school engagement and general public engagement. So I will start from the school one. Could you go to the next one, please? So this is our mission that we want to achieve in our department. So you can see providing access to the arts and develop brand identity and implement equal cultural rights and other learning resources. And we also offer a variety of learning resources, and also we want to connect artists and the public. Yeah. Next, please. So for the school project, next. We have indoors and I call indoor and in and out. In means that we bring the student coming to our venue, so in projects. And so we tailor, we have programs tailored to students from elementary school to high school, that is age 7 to 18 years old. And then next one. Then we have, and also we bring students to our theater and to do a showcase. And this is I call a flagship project, because it's that we send our teaching artists every semester and to the school, and it's a 14 weeks project. So the 12 weeks, the teaching artists go to school and they do some theater activities, and in the 13th week, we bring the student to our stage and they do the stage reading presentation, and then after that, the teaching artists go back to school again to do the final class and to have kind of reflection and feedback. So and we run this project for every semester. We have 8 schools, so that means for 1 year we have 16 schools that could have this kind of resources. And next one, please. So and apart, sorry, I also need to mention, apart from this one, we also have 3 another courses that we bring students to our venue and to see a production. But before the production, we have a workshop, and after production, we have the reflection. So it's kind of 3 courses in as a series. So for this flagship project, we have been going to all the red, the green spot that you can see is the district that we have in Kaohsiung. Yeah. And so the next one, we would like to share you a very special project that we collaborate with ITAC, which is Eden Engagement. And we implement this project into our 14 weeks of stage reading, but we do not do stage reading, we use singing. So we can have look at that. You can play the trailer, please. So yeah, we can have a look.
So cute.
Yeah. It's really a wonderful project because the students got so much confidence after this project. Yeah, we have a lot of positive feedback from the teachers. So apart from the elementary to high school, we also engage with the university students. So we bring some project, we collaborate some project with the college students. And next one. We start this teaching artist professional development program since last year. So we would like to provide some resources to our teaching artists. And next one.
Sorry, I'm going to have to excuse myself. I've got a show to go and see. It's absolutely fantastic. And I feel really bad having to leave, especially with this. Just very quickly, last time I was in this room, we were talking about the hubs. I was involved in the origins of the hubs, and this is the most exciting thing that I've seen in terms of the development of ITAC. So I'd like to hear more, and my apologies that I have to. And thanks everybody.
So now I'll just quickly go through some public learning that we do. Please next. So you can just keep so this that we do some public events, like for example the dance and the cinema, or but we also have some paid workshop or program engagement program that explore the pipe organ. Or next one that we also engage with the families. Or next one we also offer workshop for engaging with the elders or general public. And but we also offer inclusive arts workshops for people with special needs. And then next one. And unfortunately that we need to make some money, but it's not Elise's decision, okay? Because the 80% of the money are from government, and we have to make at least 20% money by our own. So we run different kind of camp, summer camp. So now you can see there is a dance camp, and there's a next one, the music camp, and there's a theater camp, and then there's a children English musical theater camp. So a variety of camp, and this is a paid programs. But apart from the on-site learning, we also offer digital learning. And so if you check the website, next one, please, then you can see there's a Weiwuying learning, and where you can have some videos, and you can have some things to read, or you can have some games to play that relate to arts and for students. Yeah. And next one, and that is the virtual tour of our pipe organ that Jean just mentioned. And this project was starting last year?
From 2024.
Yeah, last year. Yeah. And next one, please. And we also, because we wish to have when we have the local engagement, but we also can have international or global outlook. So we start to have the international engagement events and partnerships since last year. So next one. So last year we have our first international forum, and this year where Jean and Eric joined was just happened in February. And so maybe we can have a look, take a look of the video so you can know what we're doing. Video just came out before the summer forum. Yeah. So there were 5 workshops and 2 days forum, and we invited 6 international speakers and 12 local speakers, and to share their practices on arts engagement. Yeah.
Wonderful presentations. Inspiring.
I mean, as good as you see anywhere.
Yeah. And you know, a range of how often, it seemed to me, the ones that stood out to me so much were some of, you know, within Taiwan, young people who had an experience as when they were young and then found a solution for it through the arts. So now they are, you know, creating projects to make sure they reach out to those other teams from their own experience.
The most rewarding for launching this platform is some emerging artists. They told me, "Oh, I never thought of that. The teaching artist can be one of my profession."
Yeah.
Yes, and some of the teaching artists they are honored in this setting. Yeah, so that's why we are very happy, and we really want people to gather here and to exchange and have shared feeling. Yes. So since 2023, we partnership with the Public Theater in New York. It's 3 years. It's still ongoing, the partnership, and so now we look for other partners with us. So next one, for example, ITAC. But we are already in very close collaboration already and contact already. Maybe next one, maybe Lincoln Center as well. That's a picture where Jean, Erin, and was here. And Yongren is there. So. Thank you. And next one, apart from that, we also have some publication, like we translate Erebus, making change into Mandarin. Yes. So we can spread ideas around. And apart from that, we also
sold out too.
Yeah. Yeah, we have more published like books and CDs, our pipe organ music. So thank you. That's it.
So much. Well, already some of you have shared some thoughts. We questions to have some presentations. And I think you're next team with Moira.
Oh, are we? Well, okay. I will say, Moira, are you there?
Yes, I am here also.
So I think you should, we should hear your voice. But so what is important, and I think maybe let everyone know about AHAS, because it's such an amazing new organization. Is it an organization?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a flower, I think. But so that, just so you know, we had, when Moira was at the Maui Arts and Cultural Center, that was our partner for the US Hub. And you know, the US is so big, we really feel that multiple partners is a good idea. But now it is AHAS, so Moira, I would love for you to share about AHAS, and then I'd like to say to all of you that we're excited because we're learning now, we are too new. We're gonna find what our partnership looks like and define it we already have interest and similar goals, but we need to know what we're doing quite clearly, and then we know how to connect with it. And Moira has been ready in the last 2 weeks to really get going on this, and I haven't been very So just so, or take it, let us know about AHAs. I think they need to hear about
You're sweet. And I know for time's sake, even too, because I know we have a couple more presentations and sharings, we can be super brief. But yeah, so AHAS is the organization. It was actually born, we all worked together in Hawaii, but there was a large fire in Lahaina in Maui that was devastating to a lot of the community that we live and work in. That burned over 1,000 structures and took many, many, many lives, and was quite devastating. But in our own work together with Erin and Hoku and Anna, my sister, also, and another partner, came together really, but with actually at that time it was 16 other arts organizations and teaching artists, and worked with the Department of Health in Hawaii and many different other partners to support disaster recovery, disaster resilience, and what does it mean to center the arts as the tool for, it was alcohol and drug abuse prevention, suicide prevention, and what does it mean to strengthen and build resilient communities with the arts, health, and spirit at the center. And so we are the archive for health, arts, and spirit, figuring out how we look at archive as a moving, living, breathing thing that is being, co-created with us all together. And so we're really excited, have always been deeply connected to the work of Lincoln Center. Even some of my own training was around Lincoln Center and Teachers College, Columbia, and those spaces, and Hoku too. And so we're really excited to think about what are the ways we can expand and grow in these around these themes and connections and things that we've seen as very deeply important in our own communities, and also as something that we can support giving language and connection to, across the United States and, the world, hopefully for now. And we're really excited to be learning from all of you. And I can share right now too, and then Jean, I want you to share too about the Global Working Group on Accessibility, because that's one of the ways that we're hoping to contribute to ITAC in this upcoming year, is to start a global working group on those intersections of arts, health, and education, where I know we'll definitely be connected with many of you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's just because it's blocked by this meeting is being recorded.
Oh no, you just have to click OK maybe on there.
Just because I want you to,
in the room.
it's a great idea, and I think right here in this room, we could already have the workings of them.
Yes, so at least for that, we plan for at least 6 months from now or within the next 6 months, to have either probably monthly meetings where we talk and make a plan about what could, what would like a recommendation for a global working group, or what could that work look like in a global way. So really connecting to all the things that you guys have already shared as well.
Global Working Group on Arts, Health, and Education, maybe somewhat modeled after the Global Working Group on Accessibility, which I would say up until now, I was thinking it was one of our hub's, best contributions, because it came out of the Oslo conference. And I know most of you know this, but many people there came up to us because we did a presentation on Big Umbrella Festival, which is around families and kids and people who identify with disability. And so we did a presentation on that, and many people at the conference came up and said, I wouldn't do more. This speaks to me. This actually is how I'm feeling visible now. So we had an amazing group that gathered, and we gathered once a month. And then I was able to get money for a TA here to be paid to work in between. So I did have somebody that, we weren't paying everyone involved, but I could pay a TA here to be kind of the guide, facilitator. We worked for 2 years on projects, and we created really good resources around accessibility for teaching artists, and then presented those resources that were created in between at the next conference. So then in Auckland, we could present the resources, and then in that group, more people wanted to join, and now we have people from New Zealand on the working group, and the woman Yoka, sorry, J-O-K, Yoka. She's running presenting the Belgian conference. She's on now the Global Working Group on Accessibility to learn to make sure her conference. So now the resources we're working on are for people who are doing events and conferences. And then we will deliver those, and so these will live on the website. So it's when Moira kind of heard the sequencing of it and how it built, this is why we think the next one will be the Global Arts House. And the way to do it, I'm offering it because the model works, and it doesn't always work, working groups. They can start out and they fade. Somehow, by giving people specific projects they came back with, or do you want to just be a reviewer of the work? Or do you want to, where are you going to fit in that's going to be the right thing? And somehow, I don't know, the model works, but we'd be happy to share the model with you. I have a one-pager on. But anyway, so this is where, we're headed, and more, I think. But we're looking forward to having, time now to think about that. And I'm sure we'll be further inspired more by what we're hearing here. Anything else, Moira?
No, I think that was awesome. So if any of our partners in the room, Hoku or Erin, want to share anything also, but I just appreciate being in the room. And I know you guys got a really great solid taste of all the wonderful leadership Lincoln Center, does this week. So we're grateful to be here and share.
Anything else? Thank you.
I wonder how you can have energy to listen, because I can hardly speak now. I'm exhausted.
We're here.
So I'm sorry for this. So, but I'll do very, very quick, and you can just sleep if you want.
No.
That's what I feel like, to be honest. Okay. SEANSE Art Center. Next slide. This is going to go fast, so you don't have to worry. So SEANSE is situated at the University College. So we are kind of our own thing at the college. We're not in a department part of the education, but we are our own thing. Next, please. The good thing about it is that we have several faculties. So there's lots of different kind of people with specialties, both one in the arts and other in other subjects, and that we can draw from the energy and from the competence that they have. Next, please. The students also have several things going on, like a documentary film festival, an animation film festival, all driven by the students, and they do it for free, but they're really good things. They have from US and all over the world, they have films coming in, so that's also part of what happens at the university campus. Next, please. SEANSE Art Center. We were 20 years last year, and had a celebration for that. And we started up as a collaboration between the county of Møre og Romsdal, where we are at, and University College, because Norway had a new scheme for arts to the children and young people. So all over the country, they're sending out performances, concerts, all kinds of art forms into every school in Norway. We have mostly private schools, but these goes also to mostly public schools, but they also go to the private schools. So every class will get a performance, all over the country, and it was taken from the lottery money and given to arts for young people. So that's part of our, so we have our funding from the Ministry of Culture and Education, not big funding, so we need more, but that's part of it. And we also have other funders that we apply for. And now we are going on to a new stage of SEANSE. We're trying to just try some different other parts of paths for funding as well. That's happening this year, but that was in short. Next. Main thing we started out with was having artists in residencies because we had all these performances that were needed into the school to fill up the cultural school bag. So they needed, the artists were good artists, but they hadn't performed for children before. So there was a lack of understanding of what does it mean to come into a school with a concert, theater performance, and be part of the school milieu as well as doing the art. because these are professional artists. It was not mainly in the beginning, but mostly performances for, concerts for, but the development had been more into width too. Like you see the picture from one of the residences, the one with a knitting machine. She made a knitting machine of people, you know, and that ended up like a workshop in high school. So now there's a tendency to have more interactive workshops because that's what the children and teachers want. They want to be active themselves, not only consumers of art. So what we do in the residencies, we have all art forms in the same residency. We have like between 12 and 20 artists each residency, and it has its form. It's 1 week. They come on Sunday, leave on Friday evening, and they have the meals provided, and they have mentoring by us professional artists, and otherwise they work by themselves. They're in charge of their own time, but except for one thing, there is an open stage on Wednesday evenings where they all have to share a little bit of what they're working on to each other, and then the collective of artists respond. So this is a way of lifting the work of art, that they have different art forms looking at them. So there might be a writer there might be a filmmaker, there might be a musicians, and to see a theater piece, little part of a theater piece, and give feedback. That makes it, it's part of helping to lift it. So, and sometimes they want to, like the second one, they wanted to be, you can play the next slide. Yeah, they wanted to work on, what should I say, participatory arts with animals outside. And our producer said, yeah, there is a field with horses. Would you like that? Oh, I would love horses. So they made an installational piece. They made things for themselves and went out and started to move around very carefully around the horses. And there was a beautiful, beautiful thing, because the horses started following this creature, seeming to love it, seeming to doing the same rhythm as him. So it was a wonderful development of a piece of art. So we are open to many things. Next, please. This is also part of the open stage. These two work together, one from Iceland and one from Norway. This is what happens then when they play like 15, 20 minutes for us, and then we give them feedback. What do we hear? What do we see? And when it comes from different people, different art forms, it's interesting for them when they're meeting students and children later on. Next. In 2026, we will have artist number 1000 and art production number 400. So that's nice. It's kind of need to be a celebration as well. Sometimes we take on commissions work, and we do help work with others. So this is from, we had the Cultural Bank is the one that oversees the cultural school bag. They have all the money, they give up the money, they send out artists. So we work closely with them, and this is a project we helped them develop. It was a language project, and we helped them curate and mentor 9 art productions, all art forms that was going on to schools later on. So that's some things we do. And we also want to develop that more, you know, how we can do different things for others. So every third year we have a small art festival. Small art festival is for children 0 to 6. It goes into kindergarten, it's open performances, it's all art forms again. And here it's in Oslo, based in Oslo. You can come and watch it every 2027 next time. And we work with the National Opera, we work with the National Museum, we work with the Munch Museum wants to work with us. We have very many big institutions that we work with on that one. And so then we have several international performances, and then some Norwegian, and they are all from participatory to more concerts or interactive in different ways, but they are particularly for 1 to 3 or 3 to 6, or some of them are for the whole group, and some are for babies only. And we try to lift that part of the field of arts, you know, to be also valued and very highly professional. Next. Yeah, that's the same. That's from last year's. Yeah. lots of wonderful things. We have also had programs where we had, for instance, we have offered money for developing art programs for school. We were trying out things. So this one, we had 5 groups, on the picture of 4 groups that went into a school for half a year up to 3/4 of a year with a project. That was kind of a development to try out how art programs with teachers and artists together could be developed and how they could work. Next. We have had 3 teaching artist coursework, or each with 15 study points. And now there's a master plan at our faculty, so then it will be part of that. So we're waiting now, but we have had that teaching artist coursework 3 times, and very, very nice. Yes. Also, we do cross-disciplinary art workshops, so that's kind of, we don't do, so it's more like we do, for instance, one is called the Art of Touch, and we work with from scenography, from theater, from drama, from dance, and we have professional artists coming in and host the different workshops, and then they all attend each other workshops. So we try to make this communication between the art forms, because we see that that is very helpful for all of them. So that's really interesting too. Next. Yeah, and then we have started to do more digital because of COVID. We had to, we were not allowed to meet people, then we had to. So you can say the next one. Next slide. So the first one, one of the first one back. Yeah, same. It was about, that's the one about economy and the paper you turn in for the tax, we helped them. That was cooperation with another art institution. And the next, we had 3 gaming webinars. They were really, really interesting to make because I learned so much and it was really interesting. The first one was in the gaming and theater. The second one was on gaming, from gaming to real life, the connection between those, what you learn from it, what is good about it. And next slide. And the next. This one was in cooperation with the Cultural Thank again, the national, leading the cultural school back, where we had, this was the part we had, our games. Art is one of the best ones I think we had, but all of these are really good. And these gaming webinars are online and they are in English. So this is something you can go and look at. But some of these talks, they are 20 minutes each and they are really good ones. I think they're still on. And so that was kind of an opening for us as an organization, that doing webinars, we get really many people, compared to people having to come. So it's not instead of, but it's in addition to, live things. Yeah. Next. Yeah. And two major research projects. Yeah, I'm a professor of drama, and we're all in in an institution where we are, and she's an assistant professor. So, we do also have some work time for research, and of course we use that for this work. So the first one of them is the Young Art and Future Skills, and the second one is this one. You can go on in a second. Is My Childhood, which we travel the world with. We've been to 3 countries with this one, and we want to go to all continents. And we're planning to go to is India, but we've been to Brazil, we've been to Norway, we've been to Auckland in Oceania, and we of course will go to Africa and North America as well. So this project, we gather the students' stories. So I have a method that developers are called echo theater. So they tell me about an experience, and together with the students, we stage it so they can see it in front of them. We also do a dance workshop in that, and we also have them all to bring a favorite thing. And that's a wonderful thing. We can sit for an hour and listen to 20 students tell about their favorite things, because they are so, you wouldn't believe what it is. You would think, you would think it's a teddy bear, but it might as well be a picture of a dead person that they loved. And this prompts a really nice conversation about many things in life. So this is one of my best moments when I do that. Okay, next. Yeah, it's from the same. Next. Now we have the last thing, newest thing we have done is just launched a new mentor program. So she was part of the coursework there. We have had 12, this is the first time, but we had 12 artists picked up. We had like 107 applications in a very short period of application time. So there were very big interest for that. So this is for artists who want to mentor other artists. So they have been through a coursework and they all have been mentees with us on artisan residencies. So they've been going with us to see how do we mentor and what is it to mentor, because it's not like being a teacher. It's not like being something over someone. It's kind of, it's like a relational that way. And it means that you have to respect and you're not deciding anything, but sometimes you want to lift them and with their work. And yes, it's been really interesting. So now we're going to, hopefully we are planning to have a conference in September and then also launch our new mentor and have that as a commissioned work that we could sell out, so get more money to support more art. Simple, yeah, thing. Next. Yeah, that's it, I think. And then the next, don't think there are anymore. Yeah, now it comes to this work. So now you can just go fast. Yeah, this is the first conference in Oslo, and then the next. You just go on and see how it happened. We went to Brisbane, we went to Edinburgh, we went to New York, and we went to Seoul, and then next we were online. Next, I'm diving into the hubs now. So this is how the hubs develop, at the conferences one. And the sixth was in Oslo again. And you can go on next. Yeah. Oh, no, a little bit back. Maybe 2 back. This is the last one. Yeah, one more. Yeah, this one. You can stop here.
There we go.
This is the one. So I just wanted to show, if I had a little bit more time, I would have stopped a little bit, but show the hubs, how they develop. And then now we're here. And I'd hope we had more time so we could discuss more what we want to do together. But anyway, we are here, and the exciting thing is, what can we benefit from being a hub? What can we give to each other? How can the work move on from here? Because, and one thing is that we are, but what does it mean? And what could be the benefit for each and every one? So that was fun. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Marit. Saphena, can you hear us?
Yeah, did you see what she said?
Huh?
Saphena is up next.
She's good to go next.
Thank you.
Is it me, Moira? Okay, darling.
Yes, Saphena, let's have you go next. I'll try to spotlight you for the group.
Moira,
can I make a suggestion just before you start? I know that we're running out of time. Can we suggest the presenters time yourselves so that we make space at the end for our discussion?
Mine is so quick, Madeline. You will be very proud of me.
Take the time you need. I just think we'll make sure we get that.
And I think just a heads up, maybe we'll go a little bit over just for everybody too. But yes, go.
Oh, yeah. We can
Moira, is it possible for me to share my screen for a minute?
I believe so. Let me try to make you.
Darling. Right. I'll just start. Anyway,
if you can try
to do
it.
It's late here.
I think Robert
11
or ITAC might
5
need
hours
to make
ahead.
the co-host.
Is it 5 hours ahead?
I think I might be able to.
Okay, yeah, you can try. If it will let you, go for it.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm going to be very, very quick. And so over the last 8 months, Curious Minds' focus is very much about embedding teaching artistry into how people talk about their work and how they talk about themselves. And so that's been our focus. So for the early last year, we hosted Eric, and we filmed him a round table with lots of us, and we had a conversation, a bit like the Hollywood round table, if anyone watches that. And so we filmed it, and we're going to start putting out little snippets onto social media. And how I've been thinking about the launch of the ITAC England hub is kind of like a soft launch. So I'm thinking about seeding it, almost feeds back into the flower analogy that we were doing exercise before, seeding it, and then building it, and then broadcasting it. So kind of 3 parts. But really, one of the things that I'm really interested in is how do we influence policy in England? And I just want to show you something really exciting which happened a couple of weeks ago, which I'm very, very proud of, and should we all be very, very proud of, actually. So hopefully you can see. Can you see this?
It's just loading.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is from the Arts Council. Now, Arts Council, as Madeline and Pablo know, and some of you around the table might, is the development agency. It's at arm's length by the government, but it is the development agency in England. It funds most of the arts in England, and it launched a new cultural education network. There were people who were being interviewed for the post, and I was part of that team, and they've been in conversation with us. So they put this new website up the other day. Look, people. Here's the word, teaching artist.
Yay.
So, I know, which means that the Arts Council in England is an early adopter for us. So I'm so proud that they've put this out there. So they call it freelance art, teaching artists cultural education network is here to support you, which I'm really, all of us should be proud about. I'm going to say all of us because it is, right?
Yes.
Yes, it is. We all kind of, yeah. And you can see here, there's a thing called ArtSmart, which the cultural education network, which is about freelance teaching artists. And they've attached it to an initiative called ArtSmart. And ArtSmart is, again, it's the Arts Council initiative. But if you look over here to the right, it's a 20-year program that inspires nearly 2 million pupils across 4,000 schools every year. And it is the quality height mark for great quality teaching and teacher CPD. It's delivered in association with Goldsmiths and University of London. So the term ArtSmart is within this program, which I think is really, really exciting. So yes, yay. And which is exactly what Curious Minds wanted to do. We wanted to influence, and I'm just so very, very happy that we have. Earlier this month, in fact, 2 weeks ago, we launched our new website, but I'm not going to go through it. I'll put a link in the chat. And we do lots and lots of programs. But what you will notice is there is an ITAC trade toll in our website. So that is going to be rectified in the next, I'd say the next month or so. We're going to start putting some ITAC things in there. So I'm just sharing the screen. And just let you know that one of the things that I'm doing at the moment is developing Curious Minds' ITAC. So really thinking about why is there an ITAC England hub? Like, why is it needed? Kind of getting that. What will the hub do? Who's the hub for? How it will work? What the work plan will be for 25-26? How we can embed international thinking into the work that we already do? How we can share some of our really, really good practice. So whether that's impact, which Pablo and Eric came to our measuring impact workshop that we did online, how we can start sharing that stuff with everybody. So one of the things that I'm going to do over the next couple of months, I will say, is to start with teaching artists and actually think about who are those beautiful, quiet, influencers that we can start working with, and inviting a group of teaching artists into a space, a virtual space or an actual real life space, and just start to talk about this work. And talk about, are you a teaching artist? What do you think of this term? How do you feel about the work that you're doing? And then we're going to build the table around which people sit for the hub. And and then talk to the big national organizations like the National Theatres and the Royal Shakespeare Company and ask them if they want to be around this table to talk about national and international practice. So that's what we're doing at the moment. So I'm just going to leave it there, I think. Thank you.
Fun, very dramatic setting. I like it.
I know. I'm a writer, I'm a playwright, and so yeah, so I have to get the lighting right.
Thank you so much. Any quick question or something, or can we move on with William and Farina?
I'll put the website in the people can look at it at their leisure.
Thank you.
Okay, is it our turn? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, time is short. So first, we wish that we're here with you guys, but we're online. I'm now actually in LA, and Farina is in Shanghai.
Macau.
But we
Macau.
are together. Oh, Macau. Sorry, Macau. So, but anyways, we would like to share with you our current plan of organizing ITAC China Hub. So well, things are big and there's a lot of ideas going on. So to cut it short, I just pass it to Farina to get things started. Shall we?
Okay. Maybe we just briefly use 1 minute to introduce ourselves a little bit. First of all, I'm really amazed by all of the fabulous works everywhere all the hubs have achieved. I'm Farina, and I'm the founder of the ASK, which operates for family-focused art space in China. And as a theater facilitator, producer, and a creative leader, I've collaborated with artists and organizations worldwide to deliver artistic and innovative and immersive experience for theaters, communities, schools, festivals, and the commercial clients in China for 25 years. William is a well-known director and facilitator. You can add a little bit your self-introductions as well.
Yes, I also now work with a charity foundation advocating for art education. So actually, Farina and myself, we are we belong to different organizations, but the idea of creating the China Hub is that we want to create an independent organization with an independent board, so that the hub does not belong to any one organization, but it's like a platform for exchanging ideas. So I'll let Farina talk more about
yes,
that.
And William and I are the ITAC China Hub initiator. We have a divided responsibilities, and I think William handle more program content and quality control, and I'm more lead operation, marketing, and fundraising. So together we will review proposals and report back to the headquarters and secure the sponsorship. Through our preparation, as William said, we reached a very fundamental agreement: is ITAC China Hub must be a fully independent organization, not attached with any existing institution. Because in our experience, international organizations in China often face hurdles because China is geographically very massive. It's very hard to keep an eye on everything, which makes oversight hard. Two, because in big organizations, frequent leadership turnover, which can sideline ongoing efforts or shift to priorities that push new projects away. Three is lengthen decision-making cycle, which delay process. So by operating independently, it will allow us speed up decision with clear, fast governor. This first. Second is establish a project-based framework and supporting platform. Three is we're going to set up a strong financial controls, has a separate account, regular audits, and fully transparent financial reports. Four is form a board of directors with staggered overlapping terms for it consistently financial support. Five is create a regional team for our quick
local oversight and response across China. So we're going to explain to you a little bit about what's in our mind about the future plan for the China Hub. Maybe we start with the TA training first.
Yes,
Back to Erin.
I think one major thing that ITAC China Hub wants to do is to build the capacity of teaching artists in China. Actually, like Eric said, we call it differently. We have a lot of drama teachers, dance teachers, music teachers, but we actually are doing community arts work. We're doing teaching artistry, but we don't have this term as well known as in China. So I think one thing is to get them the identity and also to build the capacity of the skills of the practices and the way to deliver like teaching artistry programs as a freelancer or as in different organizational institutions.
Exactly. So this is the first part we're going to do. The second part, we're going to do more international exchange programs. During Professor Eric Bruce's visit to China, we met with several partners, right? And they still continue to explore these new ideas and programs. And they're looking for partners. For example, the Shanghai Grand Opera House, which will open this year, they would love to collaborate on a family opera series for all ages. And Shanghai Media Group, which is the largest performing arts organization in Shanghai, they're exploring a retirement program that will empower former performer to serve as a teaching artist in hospitals and community centers. And Huang Lei, the founder of the Wuzhen Festival, which is the China's biggest theater festival, he's very eager to help us build an arts university without walls, to develop a flexible faculty model for teaching artists. And TikTok, as we all know, and the children's charity, which is famous in China, we've been discussing about 100 teaching artists outreach campaign showcasing 100 teaching artists online. Also very interested in bringing global interesting TA projects. For example, the Carnegie Hall Lullaby Project or Lincoln Arts Center Aesthetic Education or the Childhood. I just picked up from Norway. All those very interesting projects we're very, very passionate to brought to China and work with our Chinese teaching artists. And third part is the research.
Yes, the research and the publishing. Actually, recently we are collaborating with the Tsinghua University, planning to write a series of books about how arts education can enhance the well-being of young people. Well, research and publishing is important. We want to gather locally and maybe internationally practices, programs, so that we do not do this like by ourselves. We have like a platform, we exchange these ideas. So the whole idea of this ITAC China Hub is to create like a dream for everybody to participate. It's like a creating this stone soup idea. So all these are like in progress. Florian and myself are working on this, and hopefully we'll be launching it at the end of this year, if everything went smooth. And then projects and initiatives will be starting from 2026. So we need your help. We need your help and bless us in this huge dream making project.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're here to learn, and also we want to also bring local insights and searching for partners, and we do need your support and help for us to realize our dream.
You have it. You have our support.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Verena, thank you, William. Well, thank you all for presenting your organizations, for presenting your hubs. I wish we had more time. There were a few things we wanted to also share from ITAC. We are running over time. I don't know, we could stay a little bit longer if you want. If not, if you want to leave, you're free to do it. But we wanted to now open the conversation after everything we have heard, after all that everyone has shared. We want to think about what's the next, and being in the conversation around the next 50 years of teaching artistry. How can all the hubs, how can all organizations, this is open to all of you, contribute to the future? What is something that we can create together? What is something that we can build as a group? There are common threads. We have talked about the arts and health. I know there are groups that are interested in training and exchanges. But what is on your mind right now after, it's not every day that we have this chance of being all together in a room and online. So yeah, let's have that discussion. If you
Well, I would just say that I think some of the ideas around working groups can naturally lead to research. And I think many of us I'm at an organization that would welcome that piece of the work we do. So I'm just thinking about things I've heard and how the working group and the one that Moira was just talking about in a hospital. So we're thinking, well, what would happen if we have that 3 or 4 hubs? Not all hubs. We could think some hubs are more drawn to some projects than others, but to think of that in a long-term plan of how would the working group lead to, an active research project or something. So I'm just thinking about sequencing some of our ideas, and there seems to be more than one or hub is interested in exchange, which I know, Marit and I started the Teaching Artists Global Exchange Project. I think
Teaching Artists Exchange,
just global exchange with this idea, because we thought being together like this is great, but going and seeing people in their environment as a teaching artist is very different. So I'm just hearing, I'm listening for the common threads.
Yeah. Well, and that's also something that we wanted to send today around the hubs model, around the logic behind the hubs model, which is, we have been developing this set of offerings, set of opportunities for the hubs to support those ideas. So really we have been envisioning as this model as a a framework, like an onboarding framework for potential new hubs, but at the same time, we hope that it could be a roadmap for the current hubs. Yeah. And yeah, I don't want to go too deep into that. I prefer to hear your thoughts about what you imagine for the future. All of this that we wanted to present is already in the full hubs document I share with all of you. I can resend that again after this meeting. But yes, I don't know if anyone else has.
I think what Jean just said is really interesting, because I agree that there are some common threads that I heard that feel like each of the hubs. Some of you have had projects for a while, but others I feel like are really, and this is from the outside because I don't join the hub meetings so much, seem to have really honed in on focus areas.
Yeah.
And there's some overlaps, and so I've heard about exchanges from a few people, training, research projects, health as a kind of area, and working.
Sure. Yeah.
And there are probably others that I didn't note. But that might be interesting if there are other things that you heard some other hub talk about that you're like, ooh.
No, but I also think what's interesting that we have going is, I agree with you. I didn't mean to.
No,
I'm in total agreement there. We're also hearing different models for the hub. There's multiple, or a network that's actually a hub. we will be at least two that represent, whereas CACES is and SEANSE at this point, they are an entity. So the model of a hub is also interesting about how you work, because I've gotten better at, but I've learned how to be at a big organization like this, where we do a lot of things, but maybe not all of them are an exact hub relation, right? Like not everything Lincoln Center Education does will be automatically, although I'd like to keep moving it that way. But what I'm saying is the models themselves are different. And I just think that's something to remember when we are starting to plan how we're working together. This is just a thing, is that like it was a big deal for me to be able to have Heather Bryce, a teaching artist, and pay her for 2 years. So that she could guide the global working group on accessibility. I mean, I was at all the meetings, but she really kept it going and did a lot of it. So I'm just saying there is something about some of us, if we can put it into our job, then we don't have to have extra money, but it's hard to keep a working group going if it's freelance people devoting their time. So I'm just saying there's a funding piece for these ideas and respecting the contributions.
Yeah, so that's something that's within the model.
Yeah.
In these offerings we now have within the model. So we are looking for possibilities on these things.
I see.
And you know, the initial logic that I want, the first step of like this mini theory of change is really to go through an assessment, a diagnosis process with each organization and each group. So already current hubs have completed a survey we sent.
Yeah.
The idea is we want to gather key information from all of you. So then with that information, we can together co-create pathways and action plans. And then we can move on and try to connect with the global ecosystems that ITAC can provide, all the connections, the platforms, the event, the summits. So that's part of, you know, what we wanted to present from the hubs model that I think in a way adapts to all of these different models from each hub, each organization. So right now we are like at the first stage, and we want to understand what each organization needs, challenges, goals, focus areas. So that's what we are right now. We want to first gather that information and then work together with you to understand and to co-create together what could be the next steps. That it makes sense to you, to your strategic priorities, but also to ITAC's focus areas.
I wonder if it's worth revisiting some of the invitations that got offered while presentations were happening, because you mentioned there's something in September every year. You mentioned something in February every year. You're touring to other continents. We're all here right now. I wonder if there are some easy intro points that we can find where we can all start to just even invite each other more intentionally to things. And I know CACES, you have like every month we're doing some huge festival thing.
Every month.
And so, I mean, I was saying earlier, whenever I see you guys, I just did this.
I know.
And I know China, you've talked about global invitations and all of the rest. So are there things coming to mind that feel like the sort of low-hanging fruit that we could start with around when we see each other again, when we connect, where things overlap?
It is possible. It needs to be simple, and it must. And particularly if we should meet each other, is very expensive. We have to travel half the world to. But the one thing is the ITAC conferences. That several of the hubs will come there, and it's possible to put a meeting in front or in the back of that, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe the day before or something, that we came one day early and said that before every conference we have a voluntary meeting. Yeah. But it's a place where we could offer cooperation projects and see what connects.
I wonder
That's
if
a way.
creating some of us in groups, working on a proposal for the next conference together. So I think we will want to be doing that around, some arts and health. I'm not that very big term really, but I imagine that would be something that the US Hub would be very interested in, because I feel we are learning, the US Hub is learning from each other, right? Like we're internally learning. But that would be something that would help us clarify a project for ourselves or a way to present. So that's one, but I'm just thinking that conference is coming up and they just did a call for proposals. So I don't know, but often the hubs get a chance to have something, but I put in a proposal anyway. I think you have to, even if you're, you can't assume that you'll get a spot. But I'm just saying that's coming up next year. Is it in August, I think? Yeah. So that's one thought. I think about proposals for the next conference.
Anyone else?
It is not necessary to stay present like China, for example. Next, for example, in the next meeting in Argentina, possible to invite, and I don't know, Norway. Norway, not possible to stay in Argentina, for example, but any information very important to connect via internet and not lose the opportunity to stay in the meeting in any place of the world, represent Norway by Zoom. Don't lose the opportunity. This is the message. Okay. And in Latin America, it's very important to listen for your entity. It's very, very important. A lot of people in Peru, the students in Peru, never see theater, never in their life, never see.
Yeah.
It's different, the level of cultural. And they need it, for example, because it's very simple, practical, natural, emotional, connect.
I think Farina left. It was very early for her.
Oh, I'm sure.
Macau, 5 a.m.
We don't feel so bad for you now, William, that I know you're in Los Angeles. I thought, oh.
Well, King, I know you had something prepared by the end.
I did.
Yes. I mean, we had an activity. We were going to go together, right?
Oh, that. I thought, aren't I done? It's like when people said, you're doing a coffee shop, and I said, where did you see that? No, what we're excited about, it's part of Robert. This is just we don't even know if we've got the energy. There's a Korean swing dance group. And are they in Damrosch Park or are they they must be on the dance floor? No, this is just you know how you've been involved in Summer for the City? Like, isn't it amazing to see that dance floor?
Oh my
out there?
gosh.
And then at night when it's lit up like that? Now, it obviously doesn't always look that way. So there's lots of these events. Have you gone to any of the other events?
Our window overlooks it.
Oh.
And so I'm nearby prop, like the jazz and everything, and I'm in my room like,
Do you know that the jazz club, like, Lincoln Center, the jazz, they use the parking garage, like just the ramping down for a speakeasy at night. And they have like little tables. It's like a club, and they've got jazz down there. And then once in a while they do a comedy night down there. So Jazz at Lincoln Center, that's where they go. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But this is the Korean swing dance. What can you tell us about that?
Oh, I just
Can you
heard that
show us a
term.
little bit?
No, actually, it's not.
No, I was a little surprised. I didn't really think, but they are like professional swing dancers from Korea. Yeah, and they're performing what, Robert, at 5:30? What? At 6. At 6 p.m. I think you have to go see. Did you say it was on the dance floor or Dammers? Yeah, so right under that big mirror. Wow.
Yeah.
You should go, of course. You might know, her, you might recognize someone. So I don't have, no, I thought.
It's an after thing.
It's an after thing. It's at 6 p.m. if you're interested. We just saw it, we're trying to always see what's next that you might enjoy. Did you go to the Young People's Chorus? Was it lovely?
Yeah. Wonderful.
And they all came to the panel. Oh, to the health, or at least like 30 of them came to the art and health panel. Yeah. The organization. So, it was beautiful.
Yes. Yes. It was so good.
Yay. That's the one good thing when we've never had summer for the city around us when we've done summer formal. So now we're part of it. It creates a different context. Pablo, really, we're just, that's an after thing, not just in case somebody wants to do one more event.
I guess there's one more, and I don't want to speak for you, but you're hosting some think tanks soon. That maybe people want think tank.
Oh, yeah. We are thinking about more think tank, like 2 or 3 times this year, from like, could be October or November.
After August, yeah, September.
Yes, September, yes. So this will be also working with the interpreter, simultaneous interpreter, all Korean English, so anyone can hear, and once things get more detailed, and I will share that information through email platforms. Yeah. Yep.
Have you landed on topic?
Not yet. Yep.
Well, that feels like another easy invitation we can all look out for to join and learn.
It's possible to take your address by email address, your names,
sure.
Each organization, or people. It's
Yes,
very
I think
important for us.
Pablo can share it. He can send you a whole contact sheet.
And it's possible to send the presentations of.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I will send everyone the presentations, the recording, the hubs model again, a little bit of what I wanted to present today, the pictures. So you can all have this information. Yeah.
Before we go, I would just like to make something that maybe, for us, I think we can exchange resources with ITAC. For example, like this year in International Forum, the Yongluan connect us to Vivian and Stephen. So they both come to join our forum, and they did a warm-up session. Yeah, refresh. And I think every time next year and the coming up will be in January 26 and 27, and we can offer 3 ITAC Hub member to come to our forum, and we can offer local accommodations. Yeah. So that's what we can offer.
Oh, yeah, that's so great.
Great.
Yeah, great.
I also heard, I just wanted to point this out, multiple youth summer camps, youth activities, and children programs. And I certainly can't speak for ITAC 8 because they're kind of leading it from Belgium and Antwerp. But that is being paired with a huge children's arts festival.
Right.
And so you mentioned some kind of maybe hub collaborative offer to ITAC 8.
Right.
And I don't know their plans, Pablo probably does, for how the hubs will be at ITAC 8.
Yeah.
But if there are lots of big groups of kids and there's the world's biggest children's theatre festival, maybe there's something interesting that could be worked towards there.
That's so good. Remember what we did in Brisbane? So Brisbane actually, when the ITAC conference was in Brisbane in,
After the books festival.
yeah, 2014 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a children's festival
Yeah.
going on at the same time.
At the Performing Arts Center.
At the Performing Arts Center. And what we had a chance to do as part of the conference was to teach children. Like, so instead of going to a workshop as, you know, doing your own, you would be watching a teaching artist with students. So I mean, I always think, and it doesn't have to be young people, you know, if you work with adult learners, there's something wonderful about at a conference where you actually can see that as well. And since that might, good idea.
Well, I wonder, like, I know probably we're all tired and kind of running out of steam maybe, but it's so rare that we're all together. And I don't mean to hijack things, so tell me if I
Go
am.
ahead.
But I wonder if there is some kind of way that we look at all the slides, maybe this is a thumbing up thing, pinpoint all these dates that all of you shared and calendared into one space. And then we can all see.
I think that's right. It's like a hub calendar.
Yeah. Because I think we'll work with each, or Pavao works with each hub on the strategic thing, like Saphena was saying. But if you all are naturally overlining, that certainly doesn't need to come through us. That can happen, you know.
Right.
And maybe that's a helpful starting point to figure out, are exchanges really close together? Can you go from one to the other? Or are there gaps where we could do something? I think it would be helpful to like be specific now about what's happening and when.
Yes.
One important thing is how they help communicate socials, not internet, but I don't know, Instagram, LinkedIn. And I don't know how. I don't know if you have
that's right. How to communicate.
steps or images that is possible or not. You get a knowledge. If you want this sticks.
Communications plans for hubs.
Great.
So maybe that's something we can follow up on, because there's part of that in that hub document, but probably again more specifics about, do we tag each other and stuff? Do we not tag each other and stuff? That seems like a future plan.
I just think we're thinking. We're thinking. Is there funding when, like, a couple hubs? Not really thinking Lincoln Center necessarily, but because that, you know, when you're a big organization like this, there's certain teams that take care of things, but I'm just wondering, could hubs get a grant, a really interesting grant, if they submitted something together? Like how great would that be if I had money and I was a granting or funding organization and I thought, oh, what, Norway's doing what in Taiwan, with what in Brazil? And I just think that just speaks to impact and obviously global communication. So I'm just thinking that might be something that there might be more funding sources that we don't know about, based on the fact that somebody would really love to see this kind of 2 or 3 hubs coming together on a project.
I think with so many regions involved, that starts to feel a lot more possible. Because certainly what we used to run into was there's no one in the EU, or there's no one in the
but we're spread out.
This is
now.
growing so much.
Yeah.
That it feels like there probably are some spaces we could look to.
Well, and sometimes aren't granting and funding places like, wow, that's quite they can see the potential impact of it, and that there's validity to it because of the different organizations involved. It just looks good on their profile that they are funding something like that. So anyway, it's just a lot for projects. I mean, even if something like I'm just using it as an example that my childhood project, if that just became, oh, and I know it's your project right now, but if all of a sudden, you know, thinking about young people in that way became, oh, let's see what that's like here. Somebody would fund it as a 3 different different hubs to be looking at, or projects you're doing, and you know, all of us live in areas where, you know, some of these trauma addictions are problems. So anyway, I'm just linking it more for some of those ideas, and it might not seem so hard if there's funding that is supporting it because it's a group, it's 3 hubs doing.
Also, that could be possible for research money to a
Yes.
project.
Yeah.
Also a practical art project, but that has some aim of finding out something.
Yeah.
It's possible.
That would be quite exciting because I mean, I was seeing the numbers for the first time from a
Oh
lot
my
of hubs.
gosh.
They're huge.
They're huge.
I mean, really massive.
I know.
That would have to be appealing.
It has to. Someone says,
2 or
how
3
many-
of those
How
put
many
together.
children have you reached, or how many teaching artists do you have? I mean, it's just not numbers they usually see.
I mean, if we added up this room.
No, I know. Yeah, it's a lot. But Maura, you're there. Hi, Maura.
I know, and I
You
know
know,
so little time and we can wrap it all up, but I wanted to say, like, I'm so grateful to be in the room, and I'm really viewing this as like the seed planting moments, right? So it's okay if we're not like walking away, because actually even I was texting Erin, like, why don't in Hoku, like, why don't we merge the substitute idea with the, you know, prevention in schools idea, and, you know, pitch to, you know, our communities around like this public health, you know, intervention with the schools.
Yeah.
There. So like, I'm sure there are so many things that maybe we could focus, and I really like your grounding, Jean, to even just what is in the working groups. Like maybe that is the space where we don't have these many meetings, we don't have that much time or whatever, but maybe it is in the working groups, our 2 goals or 3, you know, is like a projects that we want to work together, or the like research or theoretical understanding.
Absolutely.
Grounding it, and then like the you know, for lack of a better term, the exporting or the sharing, you know, of those things, you know, and then obviously sustainability is like before and after that. The money is before and after and during all that. But so I'm really grateful to just be in the room, and grateful for like the things that we'll plant, or, you know, that will grow from these like little seeds. Cause I know every experience I have with ITAC is always just like, you know, expands the brain,
it's
vision,
amazing.
and the rockets of all the things in the universe. So
But we should fold that research idea into, as you said, into the working group right from the beginning, I think. So, you know, we could have a meeting next week.
So next week, Jean and I are gonna meet on our working groups at least, and then maybe we'll make our good plan and send everybody some good info around what that structure can look like, and work with Pablo and Madeline and team. So thank you.
We can definitely continue talking about all of these things in our next quarterly meeting.
Yeah.
Together. This minute, we can definitely review all these ideas and continue working around that.
When's the next meeting, Pablo?
I don't know. I need to check and start coordinating from now. So have everyone, but yeah.
There'd be something really interesting to see, because you've measured AHAS measures in an innovative way. I wonder if there's also something interesting about how that's happening cross-culturally, cross-art form, cross all of that, because the methods would be so different to collect these numbers. I'm not a researcher, but that seems interesting to me.
Great, that is really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we have to go because we're not going to.
Yeah, sure, of course, understood.
Really appreciate and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And there's some venue guides from our theater if you like to have it. Yeah, I think Jenny will probably.
I think I do, but yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
know. Because
yeah.
Nice.
It's some
Thank you, friends.
Yeah, hopefully in Taiwan, on June 26th.
January.
January.
Ja, det kommer ikke å sette over. Nei, det var da det var noe det. Det var måtte å se oss da. Jeg glemte å se det.
And before we get too far away, do we want to do like just a tiny closing of the circle space, or
Are
just
we
kind
Pao?
I feel
Are
like-
we done? Sorry, Pao.
I'm not sure. I was just thinking before most folks leave, just give a little touch to the circles. Or we can just let it trickle. Irish.
We might be in that state.
Ja, eller det var en sånn bit, men det var noe annet. Ja, det var noe leirgreier. Så her var det.
Yeah, I think as long as there's, values and all that stuff.
Jeg hadde med det som jeg kunne ta med i Skogstad. Det var ikke
That's the just
Nei, men da er vi ferdig da. Ikke så mange skrittelleren i dag. Og så er det ikke så mange skrittelleren i dag. Da må vi nesten jogge. Ja da, men vi kan jo gå litt i grunn da. Jeg tror det er bedre. Men jeg er kald på fotene, det er jo ikke helt bra. Nei. Men jeg sitter veldig ja, hele greia har vært veldig sånn. Men jeg prøver fortsatt å forstå litt hva det er, men det er jo lang tid for å forstå. Ja, jeg tenker mer ITAC. Ja, og egentlig liksom. Ja, det er jo ikke definitivt bare en av dem. Hva skal vi være? Hva skal vi gjøre? Det er det som er det vanskelig. Det er kjempevanskelig. Og derfor kunne vi bruke litt tid å snakke til noe.
Yes.
Det har gått 8 minutter, så blir det kanskje 20.
We haven't, I think there's a few changes we need to do. I don't think we could have China, Taiwan, and maybe Belgium. Maybe. They're hosting our conference next year and they want to be.
Det er det som vi på slutten, og nå fikk vi jo litt tid, fordi vi gikk langt over mer. Men så gikk det hadde ikke det er innmari godt, for det gjorde Granere også. Så det er noe med det. Det er noe med å planlegge sånn at når vi først er sammen, er vi sammen. Og jeg synes faktisk ikke det er noen god idé å ha noen sånt. Nei, men det burde jo ha vært og organisert kanskje fra de som organiserer, men at en av de andre dagene som ikke var i dag, at det var sånn. Det hadde jeg håpet skulle være lese på tiltak. Og ikke på slutten, men at det liksom, for nå har vi jo vært der mange dager. Hvis det er en som hvis det er poeng, er det liksom et annet. Så nå blir det liksom fokus på livet. Ja, og dette her blir sånn på siden. Så på en måte blir det ikke bare på stedet. Og sist gang var jeg helt enig. Ja, det var ganske her. Og da var det var veldig hyggelig. Det ble skikkelig sånn uformelt. Ja, for det blir veldig. Ja, så det var det trengtes på begynnelsen jeg kom med, og så sa jeg at det blir Folk kan jo betale for det. Ja, no worries. Men så går det. Det er jo litt på grunn av de som arrangerer avholdselse, at man legger det opp en oppe på slutt.
That's the thing, is once you've done something in one area, the issues are same as the other areas, so really easy. Health is so like what you're actually dealing with, like the understanding.
Cosa fai con loro? Che non si sente c'è qui che noi e oltre. Det går bra på sina egna. Tanto che cazzo. Sai det stort att balansera här.
Me too.
Och så lägger till tillägg. Jag syns det blir på något litt stemoderlig behandlet. Men jeg hadde trodd, jeg hadde ikke trodd det skulle bli så lenge tid.
Gracias, ya tenía mi
Sí,
dato.
okay.
Gracias, muchas gracias.
Oh,
Déjame.
Is the thing done? Are we done?
Fine.
Yes, we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, everybody's just, we're just all kind of
Organically.
organically. I know Moira's like, we're gonna close it out, and then but everybody was doing their own thing, and I was like, I think.
I don't.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you, Moira.
Yes, yes.